Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with the best of Redditor update story for you. We like these. Yes, we do. It's going to be the creepiest intro I've ever made for a story. Title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Telling My Wife She Is Having an Emotional Affair? Wife and I had a serious disagreement, and we're on Reddit asking strangers if we're right because it's not like we can get honest opinions from friends and family. I respect that. My wife cannot be alone with her thoughts for a second. She's always got to be doing something, keeping her hands busy, her mind busy. She never sits down for a minute. She's like a hummingbird who can never for a second be alone or relax. I describe myself as an introvert in an extroverted world with a very extroverted wife. She does not understand my need for time alone. I work for 10 to 12 hours a day talking to people and listening to them and directing them. I just want some time alone to unwind after work. She does not understand that. She decided to replace me with her friend because I wanted time to unwind. They spend almost every single day together. She's often not home because she's doing something with her, quotation marks, friend. And he is obviously a great-looking guy whose body would fit in Paris right now. As if that helps my worries with my marriage. I was waiting for him to say something about this guy being a pole vaulter. It just hasn't showed up yet. My wife and I got into an argument because I asked her to cut down on the time she's seeing this friend. She then retaliated that she'll see other friends instead. I told her she's having an emotional affair and she refused to accept it. It's all my fault that she's spending time with this friend. Am I the astronaut? I just want her to stop. I just want her to take a step back and realize this isn't healthy for our marriage. I'll read the comments for this part before we dive in on feedback for his opening here. Comments. One commenter says, yeah, if she's prioritizing the other man, it is an affair. If she fights you on seeing him because you are uncomfortable, it's an affair. By the limited info in your post, she is totally having, at the minimum, an emotional affair. More than likely, a physical one, too. If they are spending that much time together. Sorry, man. She just doesn't want you anymore. It's just a matter of time before she leaves you for this guy. He has won already. OP responds, that's what I needed to hear. She's giving all the classic cheater excuses too, just before anything. She says I don't pay any attention to her or that I use her for sex, and that's why she doesn't have a drive. The original poster, not OP, the original commenter that OP had responded to comes back and says this, yeah, she's blaming you for the affair. She doesn't have the guts to leave you for this guy. She's very openly, apparently, seeing him with you knowing, then blaming you for all your problems. She's looking for a way out to be with this guy. She doesn't want to work on the problems. She only wants to use them to get out. OP, I asked her if she wanted a divorce, and she said I could go file one if I cared, but I'm such a selfish, lazy ass, I wouldn't even do it. I want her to just admit it, but getting her to admit that she's doing anything wrong is like pulling teeth. And then that commenter coming back says, I'm sorry, man. She just wants you to do it. She cannot admit the truth. It's got to be tough in that house right now, especially seeing her leave every day to be with another man. That would kill me. Honestly, just pull the plug yourself. Let her blame you. This is only going to get worse, and she will end up fully destroying you before deciding to leave herself. Again, by that point, you will have been decimated. At least this way, you are leaving with a small piece of you intact. OP, yeah, I should, but divorce. It's just so hard, man. We've been married a long time. Divorce is just complicated, and it's a whole legal thing, and it's just too much for me to handle right now. The commenter comes back and says, 100%, it's way easy for me as a guy reading your story to offer opinions when I don't have to worry about the repercussions or do the hard work of putting those opinions into place. However, just ask yourself and ask her, do you love each other? What do you love about each other? Is it worth it to stay together? Put pros and cons down. Happiness, either way, whether you stay or go, will take work and will hurt. What do you want for your future? OP's response, I love her. She loves me too. She stuck with me when I had cancer, been by my side when things were tough, and good now. It's worth it as long as she didn't cheat physically. If she did, I'm out. Or if she's telling him she loves him, I can't handle that shit. Wow. Another commenter here. YTA, you just don't think men and women can be friends. She specifically said she'd hang out with other friends instead, and you for some reason still have an issue with it? YTA, your wife told you she needed more interaction. You wouldn't give it to her. Now she made a friend, and you're insecure because he's an attractive man. You tell her to stop seeing this friend so much, so she says, okay, I'll make more friends. And you scream that she's having an affair and continue the fight. Deal with your insecurities, you selfish child. It's clear from your comments, you'll only accept the word of these absolute tools who agree with you. But JFC, you married an extroverted woman and then think you can keep her locked in your little introverted cage, and then if she dares to make friends, you call it cheating. Another commenter, I mean, if you spent any time with your wife or actually giving any kind of emotional intimacy in your relationship, then she wouldn't need to find a friend. You're controlling and a narcissist. I hope she leaves you ASAP. Another commenter, YTA, she said she would hang out with different friends and you screamed emotional affair. She asked for your attention. You were too busy unwinding from work. So now she's made friends to fulfill her need for interaction. You have no emotional intelligence. I hope your friends tell her to divorce your ass. The judgment from Reddit at that point was YTA. Update 1 day later. I showed my wife the comments from my last post, and as I expected, she got pissed at me for misrepresenting the situation. I can't do anything right. I told her that everybody agreed she was having an emotional affair. I might have said things I didn't mean, like kicking her out, but she was having an affair in front of my face and I didn't think she was in the wrong. She said I was disgusting for thinking that single men wouldn't want to be friends with a married woman. She also said that her excuses that I don't pay enough attention to her and that she doesn't want sex are totally legitimate. Wife's side of the story now. We ready for this? Ready for the wife's side, everybody? I'd really like to just lay into this guy right now, but I'm going to wait and see what wife says. Wife's side of the story. I am with my husband because I love him, not for any ulterior reasons. I saw a lot of comments that I was using him for money. We make roughly the same salary and we have similar savings and retirement accounts. I have made many sacrifices for my husband out of love. My husband and I have been married for 12 years, but over time he became more and more introverted. He hates people and wants to spend a lot of time alone to unwind. This is our normal schedule. My husband's work starts at 8:30 to 9 a.m. His job involves a lot of client interaction and team interaction. He could leave by 5:30 or 6 p.m., but often he chooses to stay alone until 8 p.m. because they get free dinner credit if they stay past 8. His team is not staying. He does not have extra work to do. He hates cooking, but he's also very choosy with meals. He comes home at 8:30 p.m. and immediately goes into his man cave to unwind. He'll be there for hours. He'll then come out at 11:30 p.m. We'll have our first conversation of the day, and then after 20 to 30 minutes, he'll want to have sex. We only have sex once a month or so because of this. On weekends, he'll spend the entire day either in bed or holed up in his man cave. He will never want to do anything that involves stepping out of the home except on rare occasions. He can be out for 2 hours and be the most wonderful man that I married, but by hour 3, he becomes downright curt to me and embarrassing. I can never have a beach day or a day at the park or a museum date or even a long dinner with him. On Sunday nights, he'll complete all the chores he let pile up into the week. My schedule is pretty straightforward. I get up and go to work before my husband is awake. I come home by 4 p.m. and wrap up any other work at home. I'll clean a bit, do laundry, and make dinner. My friend, who is just a very good friend, lives in the same apartment complex I do, is a great cook. Oh, I swear, I didn't think that said cook. I read that as a completely different word. It is cook. He's a great cook. He and I will often swap recipes and cook together. We end up eating dinner together a lot. We also go on a nice walk after dinner. I do spend more time with my friend because he is close by. He does not have any children, and he has a relatively free schedule and likes activities. I'll talk with my friends and family as well over FaceTime, right? Most of my family is physically far away, but I love them and I love catching up with them. Most of my friends have kids and are busy, so I treasure talking with them as well. On weekends, I'll do chores, make plans, and then catch up with my friends. This past weekend, I went to a friend's art submission at a state fair. I'll go grocery shopping or I'll drive 10 to 20 minutes for a scenic hike. We live in some of the most beautiful natural areas in the world, and I just love a 2 to 3 hour hike and reaching the peak of a small mountain. I like trying new foods. I like doing new things. I like being with people. I even like babysitting my friend's children. Now he wants me to cut off my friend because he says it's an emotional affair. We have never crossed any boundaries. I don't have any feelings for him, and I don't think he has any feelings for me. If he did, he has never once indicated that. But my husband also doesn't want me to talk on FaceTime with my friends and family because it irritates him. What? He doesn't want me to bring my friend around because they're loud and their kids are loud. What? I'm frustrated and tired of compromising when all I've done is compromise. I can't have dinner parties or host my family or bring friends home. I can't go on vacation because my husband won't go. He will never spend a full day with me. He threatened to kick me out yesterday because of the emotional affair he accused me of having. I'm tired of how he is treating me and how he refuses to take any responsibility for the failure of our marriage. Husband. So Reddit, there you have it. She's blaming everything on me. Am I the astronaut or is she? Here's a few comments. You guys may love each other, but I don't think you're compatible. If you are, you need counseling to get to a healthy place that both people are comfortable in. What you have now isn't working for either of you. Another commenter, to be honest, it sounds like your wife is just bored in a marriage where her husband has no interest in spending time with her or going out and doing activities as a couple. Where is the companionship in this marriage currently? Just because you tend to be introverted, does this mean your wife has to automatically adopt those same characteristics and do nothing at all with her free time? Go spend time with her on a consistent basis, and I bet she has way less time to hang out with her friend. Another comment, so straight up incompatible. So you separate. So she gets her same life without the pressure of on-demand sex. You get your same life, only you have to clean, do laundry, and cook, or pay for all that, and the sex too. Oh, okay, that's the end of that story here. So, to come up and give us some thoughts here, we have the lovely Candy Thunder.
I love when we get both sides of the story, which we don't do often. We just have to go on what we get. But now we have it. And to me, this guy is 100% emotionally unavailable, but yet gets mad at the fact that his wife is filling up her emotional cup outside of the marriage, because what else is she supposed to do? There's nothing left. Like, I'm an introvert, and I would never dream of putting another human through what he's doing. Like, he has nothing to give. He has no emotion to give, but yet she's not allowed to do anything. To me, this is just complete incompatibility.
But they've been married for what, 12 years? Is that what they said?
Mm-hmm.
They've been married for a long time, so they've made it work to this point. I wonder how long their schedule has been the way it is, and how long he's settled into his grumpy old man ways, which is what I'm going to call it. He settled into something that's really comfortable for him. But here's the deal: like, we both need unwind time.
Mm-hmm.
I would never make that harmful to our relationship, and neither would you.
No.
I would never stay late for no real good reason. Getting a dinner credit, come on. He's essentially saying that, number one, getting the dinner credit is worth more than time with you.
Yeah.
He's then saying his gaming time or whatever it is, his unwind time is worth more than his relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever he's doing later on is worth more than his relationship with you. He's just screaming that he doesn't value you over and over and over and over again. So of course you decided to fill up your social cup by engaging with other people. Here's the twist. If we were in this situation and I was doing this to you, and if we were in this situation, which we wouldn't be, but hypothetically, let's put ourselves there for just a minute. If we were in this kind of situation, you would not go spend this much time with a dude who was an attractive dude who lived in the same apartment complex that we did, because you would think about how that would affect me or how I would feel about it. She's been damaged enough to where she doesn't care if this affects him.
Exactly. And what I was going to say is replace alone time with alcohol. Because if he's choosing himself over her over and over and over again. So yeah, she tried for 5 years. She tried for 10 years. And at some point, your give a damn is gone. Like, you don't care anymore. And I'm not condoning cheating. I think she should have left. She should not had an emotional affair if she has cheated. I don't know.
Do you think this is an emotional affair? What she's having with the neighbor guy?
I would not do this. I would not hang out with a guy. But I also wouldn't stay in this relationship. So,
right. But
I would not do what she's doing. And I do think that she is wrong for that. But at the same time, like, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, humans thrive on companionship. Whether you think that you need it or not, you do need something to fill your cup. You do need some kind of connection from another human being. And if you're not getting that from your spouse, why are you in that relationship? Why does he want to be married to her? He may love her, but it doesn't sound like he likes her because he's choosing himself over her every single time. Like, she offered to hang out with different friends. And maybe she's doing this to get at him. I don't know.
To try to wake his ass up.
At the same time, like, why do you want to be married to someone that you don't like, that you don't want to spend time with, that you don't want to be with? Because I can be introverted to the fullest. You know, like, as an introvert or extrovert, I feel like you slide along the scale, like, wherever you need to be, whatever's happening in your life right now. When I'm at my, like, alone time is a necessity. That alone time does not mean without you.
Boom.
That alone time
means away from other people.
Yes. Like, you are in my circle. Like, you are my person. I would not want to be without you. Like, and so for him to choose that over and over and over again feels like she's not good enough over and over and over again. So I tend to think that he sucks way more than she does.
But she does
Yes.
suck too.
I think what she's done is not healthy, but I think that after trying so hard for so long to break through whatever he's got going on, he needs therapy.
I think I know why he doesn't leave, because he's got a schedule that works for him, and to this point, he hasn't experienced any pain along with it.
He told us why he would leave.
Yeah,
why?
exactly. It's like he got everything he wanted until this, and he has a big problem with this. So this is the first pain he's experiencing with it.
But why is she the only one who has to change? Why doesn't he have to change?
Agreed.
I think they should get divorced. But his reason for not getting divorced was because it's hard.
I know. Like, well,
Really?
Yeah, it's like legal and stuff. Man, divorce, man. Divorce, man.
Not because I really love my wife and I want to
Yes.
be with her, and so I'm going to do things that are outside my comfort zone so that I can prove that I love this woman. I just don't want to get divorced because it's going to take up time, and I'd have to go to a courthouse or maybe to an attorney's office, and I don't like to step foot outside my house unless I'm going to my job where I'm going to spend 12 hours a day there and then come home and spend 12 hours a day by myself.
And then I got to spend years convincing someone else I'm not an asshole to get them in this same position where I can only have to talk to them 30 minutes each day and still have sex with them. It's going to take time.